mean, it was as bad kind of as being homeless at some level. Now, like I said, my parents, and I'm not criticizing my parents at all. They did what they had to do, and that was the opportunity they had, and they took advantage of it. And listen, we survived that. We moved out of there in 1974, so we lived there for 8 years. And I went to Euclid Elementary School down in San Diego. And God, it was just, I'm telling you, if you couldn't house people in this now without CPS would have gotten called, you'd probably get arrested. I mean, it was as bad kind of as being homeless at some level. And it was just horrible. And it was freezing in the winter. We had these old Navy blankets, and I know that because they said USN on the corner of the blanket that my dad somehow got from the Navy. And it was just, but we didn't know any different. So that's how we lived when we were growing up. And I never had a color television set. I never saw a color television set until I was 12 years old. We had black and white TV, 3 channels, all that. There was this little laundry room built off of the family room and kind of kitchen area that had a big tub, and my mom would wash clothes in that laundry thing with her hands and then run them through a wringer. If you've ever seen one of these wringers, you'd run them to get the water out of the thing. So, and then she would have to use a clothesline. We didn't have a dryer or anything, and put it in the backyard. And I remember we had this gigantic pepper tree in the backyard, and like the fences were halfway torn down. We never could afford, or they did. If they could afford it, they never built fences. So I remember we had a German Shepherd named Princess, and that dog we must have had a fence for her because she didn't go anywhere.